Hi everyone, we've been joined by Stephan Brissaud of Iello Games. You've got something here. What is this?
So, hi René, it's good to be back at the show.
Yeah, great to see you again.
I brought you Heroes of Normandie today.
Yeah, I guess this box is kind of a clue, isn't it?
Exactly. So, I'm very excited about this game. It's one of my highlights of this year. It's a two-player World War II game. We are playing the Americans versus the Germans.
Yes.
It's a simple setting in the Normandy groves. And the originality of the game is that basically all the information you need to play the games are right here on the tiles, where you can see all the information you need to manage your unit. It's telling you the movement, the defense, the attack, and all the special abilities.
So if I want to play a war game, but I don't want to be flipping through pages of rule books trying to find out what each unit is doing and looking up tables, I don't have to do that because it's here?
This is the game for you, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like the rule book is only 15 pages, and once you have read the rule book once, you just refer to that table in the back that explains you all the icons that you will find in your units.
Okay, that seems straightforward, all right.
So one of the other originality of that game is that concept of template that we have here.
Right.
And so when you start a scenario, it's telling you which template you can use, and each template already comes with a set of units that we have here. This is a basic scenario, so we don't have any of the options, but we already have set up. This is our American troop with the leader and the 3 units, fire, support, and recon team.
Okay.
And on the German side, we also have a leader and 3 other units. In more advanced scenario, you can, for example, choose to fill one of the templates, so you have to match the color on the size of the template. And this is a Jeep Willys, and I have actually the matching vehicle that I'm going to be able to deploy on the board.
Okay, so you have a piece to fill in here, and then you also have, of course, the unit that's going to go on the map and move around. And okay, I got it.
And in those options, I can have mortars.
All right.
Or I can have grenades and other extra options for my units.
Okay.
And I can have also some extra unit like this. Like I can have a complete 30 caliber squad that I'm putting here. That's I have another fire team, a support team, and a 30 caliber that's going to be deployed.
Okay, so this is one piece, but it actually represents 3 more groups of units that are going to come out as well. All right.
Exactly, and each of the options is telling you how many points you are adding to your troop. So if I was playing that game, it would be a 70 plus 50 plus 15 plus 25 army. Okay. So some scenarios have a limit of what size army you can play on the scenario. The other thing also, we have in some advanced scenario, we have some heroes like Otto from the German side, or The Rock.
Right.
So they are also coming in some extra. So Otto comes with a tank and is very powerful. The other aspect of the game that is worth mentioning is you see there are those yellow stars.
Yes.
And for each yellow star that you have in your army, in your platoon, you are going to get one of those activation tokens. So right now in both of us, you have 2 stars on your leader, and I have 2 stars on my leader. As long as we keep our leader alive, we still have our 2 activation points. If our leader is killed, then we're in trouble because we cannot move anymore, because you need those activation points in order to move. So you need to keep your leader in the back of your platoon.
I suppose it kind of represents him coordinating his troops, giving them orders.
It's the moral support, line of orders. And also, each army has a lure token that has nothing on it.
Right.
And basically, every time we're going to deploy, we're going to say, I'm activating this one, and this one, and this one. So you don't know exactly which one I'm not moving.
Okay, so it's a little bit of a bluff then, right? So I don't know exactly what's going on. Okay, cool.
All right, so that's the basic. Oh, and the other thing that is important to the game is obviously the timeline. This is the number of turns we're going to play this scenario. So this scenario is going to be played in 6 turns, and we have special events as a reminder that happen on turn 2 and 3. And randomly at the beginning, we decide if the German player or the American player are going first.
Now you said scenario, so it's not like a fixed thing we're doing every time. There's different ways of playing it.
Yes, the game comes with 15 scenarios, and there are more available online, and we have more options, more expansion with more scenarios. And so right now we are playing the first one, which is called Godsends, right here. So it's telling you exactly how to do the setup.
Right.
And in this scenario, the American troop saw a parachute falling down in the bocage. And they don't know exactly where it fell. but they're going to send their guys to figure out where the parachute fell because they tried to retrieve some secret document from the spy.
So these tokens here are indications that there's something here, but we don't know where.
Exactly.
One of these is actually the location where this item is fallen.
They are placeholders, and on turn 2, when we activate that special event,
yes.
The American player is going to roll a die, and depending on the result of the die, it's going to tell us where the parachute fell.
Okay.
We're going to remove the other markers, and now both troops are trying to get to that location first, and you need to be the first to reach the secret document before the end of turn 6.
So we're going to have a couple of turns where we're coming in here trying to cover all of our bases because we don't know exactly where it is, and then we're going to find and then we're going to find out suddenly that this is where we need to be.
Exactly. And
okay.
So I'm going to deploy the Americans on those 2 lines, and
yes.
I'm going to deploy the German on those 2 lines.
Okay, excellent. So do you mind, could we possibly skip ahead maybe a couple turns, put some guys on the board, and then maybe talk about some of the specifics? Would
that
be
sounds
right?
great.
Okay, good. So our units are about to get into the thick of things. We've got some
Exactly.
guys out here, but we have some decks of cards. We should probably talk about those. What's the deal here?
Let's talk about the card indeed. You start the game with a deck of 40 cards, and you draw 4 cards.
Okay.
Those are like special things that you can do during the game. The card is telling you at which point of your turn you are playing it.
Right, I can see looking at it here, it says maybe before moving your units or when you're about to be eliminated, play a card. Okay, I got it. So that's simple to follow.
This is an extra little random thing in the game.
Right.
All right, so we are now at the beginning of turn 2.
Yes.
I started turn 1, so now we flip the marker and you are starting turn 2.
Okay.
We have a special event that in the scenario book telling us that now we are rolling a die, we just did that, to determine where the parachute spy fall. Yes. And so we just roll a 4, which telling us that the document and the body of the spy are here. So we don't need those tokens anymore, they are removed.
All right.
And we know that now we both are trying to race to here. I'm very close to it. Your leader is here, my leader is here. Remember, we want to keep them safe, otherwise we lose our activation movement.
Yes.
And now we are getting into the activation movement. So
this is why I'm glad I'm first, actually, for this turn, because you're close, I need to get up there.
Exactly.
So we're going to place our orders now. We can do that,
yes.
right? Okay.
And actually, just before we do that, I am going to play the Tactician. And the Tactician is you play this at the start of your order phase, and for this turn, you have an additional order. So there you go.
Well,
now
that hardly seems fair.
Number 3. Well, I brought more troops.
Okay. All right. Well, so you get to place more. I'm going to place mine, though.
All right, let's do
It's
that.
not how many you have, it's how you use them.
Exactly.
Right? All right.
Okay, efficiency.
All right. Yes, I think that's what I want.
All right. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I get to go first, right?
You get to go first, and you reveal your number 1.
Okay. My number 1 is the recon group here.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to take this off. You can see it was the number 1.
All right.
And I want to move with it. But before moving one of my infantry units, I'm going to get to play this card. It gives me an additional 2 movement.
Oh.
Okay. So this is going to allow me to race up here.
Yes.
I'm going to go 1. You can move diagonally. So that's 1. These guys have a movement of 4. So there's 1, 2, 3. Now, does picking this up cost anything?
No.
Okay,
You just pick
so
it up.
grab that. And I'm going to jump back 1 space and 2 more, actually. All
Oh, my
right?
God.
So I'm on the
gonna
run.
Catch you. All right. Okay.
This is going to be a quick scenario, folks. All right. And this just gets discarded
This
then,
is
I assume?
discarded,
Okay.
yeah.
Great. Okay. So we'll put that out of the way. Yeah, that's fine like that. I got more.
I reveal my number 1.
Okay.
Obviously, I was trying to get to that thing, but you just snatch it in front of me. All right, so my unit has, my fire team has a movement of 3.
Yes.
So I'm trying to get in close combat to you because this little knife icon here is telling me that this is a close combat unit. So I'm going to try to 1, 2, 3 move as close as possible from you.
So you don't get the bonus, because that provides you a bonus, doesn't
Yes.
it? Yes.
But I need to be in contact with you, and since you had those 2 extra movements, you walked away from me.
That's too bad.
So, yeah, I know, yes. All right, this is your turn. You are activating your number 2?
Okay, yes, I will activate my number 2. These guys have a movement of 3. Now, if I want to come up here and try to support, it's going to cost me 2
to get in the bush.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's going to, I could move again, but
You might not want to be.
no, I think I'll stop
close,
there.
yeah.
Does that seem like a good idea?
Because you can attack from the trees, but I cannot attack you in the trees.
Okay, Good. Well, then I'll stay there.
All right, my number 2 would be my support team right here,
Yes.
which has a movement of 3. So I'm getting out of the bush, 1, 2, 3, trying to come help those guys.
Yes.
And I know that the last one is your lure, so there is no point. But
Right.
I have an extra movement, so I'm
Yes.
going to move my leader, trying to use his special abilities. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a
Okay.
risky move because I'm taking him right in the thick of things.
You are.
All right, and
Okay.
that's the end of turn 2. Now we are switching to turn 3.
Yes.
Oh, before that, we need to replenish our
Oh,
card.
yeah. I use
And
the card.
eventually, we can, if we want, we can discard card to get more cards. Because, for example, with the luck of the draw, if you only have cards that are allowing you to move vehicles and you don't have any vehicle in that scenario, then you can discard them to
Okay.
replace
So you don't
them.
have a hand of dead cards then?
No.
Okay, good.
So
Okay.
I would just replenish to 4.
All right.
And now we are starting. So this is, I have initiative. But we also have in the scenario another special event. We get reinforcement. Both sides get reinforcement. So here is your SD KFZ 2500. It's a truck. It's
Excellent.
a transport troop. And mine is a half track.
Okay.
And the scenario tells us that we have to deploy those in our deployment area. So I'm going to put on the road. You don't have any road, but
No.
maybe you
Go
want
here
to be
and come through
between-
the bushes. Maybe I
Exactly.
can grab these guys
Yeah.
and haul them out of there.
Exactly.
All right. Sounds good. Now, one thing we didn't get to show yet is how combat works, because I was so sneaky, I ran away.
I know.
And your guys, although they were running after me, they weren't able to fire on me.
No, because I just moved. So if you move, you cannot fire. It's either or.
Right.
So now, because it's my initiative, I'm going to reveal my first move, which is that unit right here. And now I have two options. I can either shoot from where I am if I don't move, or because my unit is a close combat unit with the knife symbol here, I'm going to try to get in contact with you because I want to try to steal that briefcase.
Of course you
from
do. Yeah.
All right. So my movement, as indicated here, is 3.
Yep.
And I need to make sure to use my close combat that I have enough movement to get into your square, because if I'm successful, I'm going to push you back.
All right.
So I'm moving 1. I'm in close combat with you, and
Yes.
now I'm using my bonus, which is indicated here by the +2. This is my bonus against infantry. This one is the bonus against light vehicle, and obviously a fire team cannot do anything against heavy tanks.
Okay.
This attack system is that we're going to roll 2 dice.
Yes.
I'm going to choose the higher number, and I'm going to add my bonus of 2. And we need to beat your defense of 4.
All right.
All right, good luck to me.
Yeah.
And this is a win.
It is.
So 4 plus 2 is 6. Your defense is 4. No, you are hit.
Yes.
So you have to flip your tile,
Okay.
because you have the symbol on the tile, let's say, that's so the little the skull with the flip. You are not dead yet, but next time you get hit, you are gonna get dead. The other thing, because you got hit, you have to retreat in one of those 3 tiles. So
Okay.
obviously you have only 2 choices.
I'm going to go right here.
And because it was an assault, I'm moving in close to you. And
Okay.
that's the end of that move.
Okay. So
I'm gonna get that briefcase.
you were going to try to get that figure. We'll never know. I'm not going to let him find out. Because I'm going to, let's see, we've got a good overview here, but there's other stuff, right, that comes to the game. Because we've looked at the basic game.
Yes.
But there's more.
Definitely.
Do you want to tease us with a little bit more?
Exactly.
Sure.
So we have those cool tiles, which are buildings. And so in some scenarios, the goal is to try to hide in the building and defend the building until the end of the scenario. We can use mortar or other explosive on those buildings. And if you destroy a building, it's become a wreck where you can hide, and it's an obstacle. In the same way, we have tanks.
Yes.
On the tanks, a little similar to the infantry units, all the information you need is there. So I can see that my oddball tank has 7, 7, 7, and 8 in defense on each side.
Okay.
And then these are the characteristic for the primary weapon, which is the cannon, which is the gun here.
Yes.
And then the secondary weapon here is the cannon. When all those symbols are explained in the back of the rules with all the icons. And in the same way, if you blew up my tank, now it's an obstacle. We cannot get in there. We have to walk around it.
Okay, neat. So they end up having an ongoing effect on the gameplay, even though they're not able to fire and move.
Indeed,
Okay,
indeed.
cool,
And
neat.
then also the game come with scenario pack. So this is the D-Day pack.
Yes.
That come with obviously the Normandy beaches.
Right.
So some grass, some sea, some edges, and some extra units. And we also have a river set with a lot of river tiles and more vehicles and bridge and all mechanic things.
And do these provide more scenarios as well?
Yeah,
with them?
they provide they come with scenarios and extra tiles.
Okay.
And we also have military. We have army set, which are just as I said, we have American and German here. We have a British set with a British unit, and the boxes come with a tray to sort up all those tiles because we have hundreds of tiles in the basic games. So now you can organize everything neatly in your box.
So you can get the game out and get playing a little more easily.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is this game? This is available now?
Not yet.
Okay.
It was kickstarted by the guy from Devil Pigs last year. We saw it and we fall in love with the game and say, hey guys, we really want to work with you. So they agreed for us to be their distributor in the USA. We're gonna ship the Kickstarter within the next few weeks.
Yes.
And then the base game is gonna be available at retail end of April.
Thanks so much for giving us a very comprehensive, I think, overview of how the game works. I really appreciate that. And I got the briefcase and I'm running away. So I think I have this one in the bag. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. We're gonna go and we're gonna finish it and we'll find out. Thank you again for showing us, and thank all of you as well for
Always
watching.
a pleasure.